I think one lesson that we learned a couple of years ago when we were moving really the fastest that I've ever seen us move to capitalize on a disruption that happened in the pandemic times, instead of doing the typical, bring 100 people together and have that, kickoff, like massive kickoff, we met individually and just really connected one-on-one with different functional leads to talk about the why, to hear their questions, hear their concerns. And I really think that was far more effective. There wasn't an opportunity to multitask. Like it was engaged conversations, allowing them to ask their questions and get them excited about what we were accomplishing as we were asking them to do something in an unprecedented period of time, on top of their day job. So that's really one key lesson that we learned a couple of years ago that we've taken to heart and are adopting going forward. And the other piece I would say to your point is that it's really important. So yes, building those relationships is foundational and doing it ahead of time, but also for the insights teams to really understand the business. And I know it's a little challenging when you're not doing those jobs day to day, but the more the insights teams can understand the business, and that's really one of my day-to-day actions or things that I focus on, is connecting those dots. So is the research connected to the business priorities? And is it aligned in a time frame when the insights are kind of come back when decisions are being made? So I think that's another way to really connect those dots and avoid having the findings just sit on the shelf.
Absolutely, absolutely, Stephanie. This is so key, and I'm really glad that you've brought this up, because this is part of the guidance and the counseling we often have to give clients. And I'm really glad that you're talking about this so that our viewers can also benefit from this. One other point that I want to add that I think is important is on what you just said is, tying in the business impact, helping people see how this work can move the needle. Right. In fact, we, that is right in sync with our thinking as well, Stephanie, where what we guide our clients is to do two things: focus on the business impact. In fact, convert that business impact into a financial impact for the business. So, going through these layers of, okay, if we do this, then this increases customer loyalty. Okay, great. Well, what happens if it increases customer loyalty? Well, if customer loyalty goes up by X, well, maybe we can expect less of a churn. Well, if there's less of a churn, what does that mean? So, just helping people take it down to that level of, well, there's less churn, we're losing X% less, that means X% more revenue, or X% less loss in revenue. So now there's a dollar impact, there's a financial impact. And the second thing that that we always guide our clients on, Stephanie, is talk about the personal impact as well. Understand the personal impact that this work will be having on each stakeholder. Maybe something that you and your teams are doing, and by you, I mean all our viewers, if you're doing something that's impacting some other team member or some other department or colleague, focus on how is this going to impact them, does this reduce their workload? Does it add to their workload? Does it help them get a promotion? Business is all human, right? Right. And so if you do that, what I have seen happen, this has been my experience all throughout with different clients, is all of a sudden the naysayers become advocates, and then they're the ones rooting for the project. They're the ones rooting for your success. And then, especially in the insights world, when the insights do come out, people run with them. They don't get to then sit on someone's desk. Then people are falling over each other on, hey, why aren't we implementing this? Because they understand the financial and they understand how it impacts them personally. So thank you so much for bringing up those points. I think they're really valuable.
Yeah, great.